Good morning, YouTube friends. And yesterday, right after we arrived from work, so we have this area here that I clean, remove all the grasses, remove all the weeds here, and even the pigweed plants that are big enough to be transferred to our other location outside, in which there's no other vegetables but just the pigweed plants that will grow. And you know what, I realized yesterday that after work from school, if you just go here and do something in your garden, then you can do a lot of things. And that's my goal now. And okay, this is platform 1. Platform 1, where all the onion chives are planted in these styrofoam boxes here, old boxes that we pick from the garbage containers, the garbage area, and then we bring it home, and then I turn this one into a garden. And now let's go to our platform 4. Yeah, our platform 4 looks like there's so much weeds and grass here that needs to be cleaned out. So this is our platform 4. Our platform 2 is right here and above. Platform 3, I think we'll do that one next time or this afternoon. And we'll do first this platform 4. We're going to clean this area. So let's go. See here, YouTube friends. Yeah. These are the weeds that are very detrimental to our onion chives. I think it's better if I have to focus this one closer. Is it clear now? I see. So I'll stay here. Now see that? If we allow these to grow for another day, I'm pretty sure we'll be in trouble because next day. So I'll place all our weeds here, right on the ground. Now I'll show you that one after we finish here. The grass are quite fast to grow. We even like going ahead than to our plants. And if there's another 2 days or another day that we let these weeds of different kinds of grasses here, then it will be a big trouble to us, because I don't have much time during weekdays. In the afternoon, if my wife has tutorial, then I have to hurry back home, and then after an hour and a half, I need to get back outside to pick up my wife at the language center. Yeah. Exactly after her tutorial classes. So This one here, YouTube friends, I'll remove this, though this is medicinal, because I will transfer this one outside together with the big seedling of pigweed plants. So I'll separate that one there. But of course, they are very detrimental, and they're somehow a competition to our onion chives. So in order for us to maximize the growth of our onion chives, then as much as possible, we don't have any competitors here. Just them. The onion chives will thrive here, and no other um, kinds of weeds. Oh, a lot of weeds here, YouTube friends. And I think I have to remove the pigweed plants this afternoon, because I have to continue planting pigweed plants outside. So with that, we are really maximizing the nutrients of the soil here, and just intended for the onion chives and no other else. Yeah, it's fun to do gardening with your friends. It's fun, but it doesn't mean it's easy, because you have to spend time. You have to devote your time here. You have to allocate time. Even like me, I'm quite busy at school, but I must have to allocate time just for these vegetables, just for cleaning our garden, for maintaining the order and cleanliness, and of course, the most important, to secure that your plants will thrive, and to make sure that they are weeded, fertilized, watered every single day. Because if you escape like just one day of not looking after your garden, and the next 2 days when you look back, it will be a real disaster already. Why? You cannot catch up the work. And since you are busy because you have work, aside from gardening, like me, I'm a teacher too. So that would be a real struggle. So that's why, as much as possible, you have to like allocate time. You have to manage your time. Right now, I have more classes in the English program, where students are not just intelligent, are not just smart, but they can easily bully you if you're not quite prepared of your topics. They're not really that genius, but they can sense if you are not prepared enough of the lesson that you are uh, teaching to them. So unlike the regular, when you're not really that prepared that day, they don't give a fuck, because they don't care about English. And the subject that I'm handling now in particular is reading and writing, and listening and speaking, where You have to be more creative so that your subject will be interesting to them. You have to be like fun, meaning your activities, your presentation should be interesting to catch their attention, especially in my time 6 in the English program. I have them for reading and writing this year. So it's not an easy responsibility. That's why I have to really prepare myself. So my weekend time is divided into several categories, several responsibilities. I have to spend time for my garden. I have to spend time preparing my lessons. I have to spend time like analyzing the market and trading as well. So my time is really saturated. So on weekends, I am not that free because Saturday, my wife and I have to visit our friends in the church. So it's been 10 minutes now, YouTube friends. The time of the duration of this video. I'm still about to finish the fourth part. And you know what, YouTube friends? This is what you're going to do. After you like clean, you have to like scratch or scramble the soil again so that there's room for the oxygen to get in for the roots to be able to spread out and do like that. The problem with the other pots, we still have the presence of the pigweed plants, and we're planning to remove the pigweed plants this evening. So with that, um, I can do this uh, like scrambling the soil, whatever you call that, this afternoon or early evening today, because I still have to remove the onion chive seedlings, though they just freely grow here from the previous plants that died where the seeds fell here on the ground. And then remove them later today, this afternoon. So with that, just leave it like this after we finish removing all the unwanted weeds and grasses here. Yeah, different varieties. And they are all competitors to our onion chives, whatever plants you are planting. Yeah. If you allow the weeds to overtake your plants, then I think your plants will have no hope to like be productive to produce healthy flowers that will convert into fruits later. So that's why there's a need of a regular weeding, a regular removing of grasses here if you want your plants that are planted in pots to be healthy and to thrive more. Now we're just finished with the fourth pot. Let me see the time. It's 15 minutes already, and we just finished four pots here, YouTube friends. Now we'll move into this direction here. Let me hide the camera. Uh-huh. Is it visible? Right, visible, right? Okay. We'll make it fast. So here, YouTube friends, you have to do this careful, like work with your plants, because that's really important. And mind you, YouTube friends, I can make a guarantee to all of you that after 2 to 3 months, now is June, no, now is May. We're about to finish the month of May, June, July. So likely this coming August, you will see the tremendous progress of this onion chives that we're planting here. You'll be seeing bigger onion chives in each bulb sizes, and then more bulbs to come out in each spot in here. So that being said, you'll see a gorgeous looking onion chives here sitting on these pots that we place here into this elevated platform. A lot of pigweed plants here, tiny seedlings, and some are like ready to be transferred. So I think I have to wait another 2 3 days for these onion chives to like grow 3 4 times bigger, so that we will not be struggling to pull them out, and especially the transplanting on the other location outside this perimeter, because the parcel of land outside we are also renting the 500 baht per month. So to me, YouTube friends, kind of like garden is life. Others like mall is life, movie is life, study is life. To me, work is life, forex is life, and garden is life. Ah, I am shocked with my sweat. Okay, here, see, the weeds here are already big. So if I would allow another 1 day or two, then I will be in real trouble once I'm back here. And as early as possible, you have to remove the weeds, the grasses, YouTube friends, because the unwanted weeds, because the nutrients that these weeds and grasses have sucked out from the soil, the mixture that you have here, is supposed to go to your plants, but since their presence here are present, then they suck out those important nutrients, and instead of going to your plants, then it goes to the weeds, and the outcome, your vegetables, your plants, your fruits, any vegetables you're planting cannot maximize the growth because the nutrients that are supposed to go to your plants was sucked out by these unwanted weeds. That's why there's a need of a regular like clean up to your plants, to your vegetables in the garden, especially like this where the amount of soil is very limited, though the size of the pots that we're using for this onion chives are quite big, but still there's great advantage if you plant directly to the soil. But why we're doing this one, because this is our uh, best option to make the gardening a possible thing to this area where all the floors are cemented. See that? We have this cemented floor, like the whole front yard is cemented. So how can you plant? And the space is so big, so you just leave it empty and unproductive. And that's why we're thinking of something that we can turn the cemented yard into a productive one. And that's why we have this pots in here planted with different kinds of vegetables. So we're turning our front yard into a productive space. So not just idling here for nothing, but we have something to look for. Okay? And of course, when you're planting something, that means you have something to wait and something to harvest 2 3 months after, right? But if you're not doing anything in your yard, then don't expect something. Yeah, expect the unwanted grasses and weeds that you have to regularly remove or cut. So that's the beauty of having your own garden, friends. You can do free shopping right into your backyard, into your front yard. You don't have to spend time queuing in the market, like finding the vegetables you want. But right there in your house, you have this fresh bunch of vegetables that you can bring on the table with your family. Safe to eat, fresh, organically grown. That means you can like guarantee the safety of what you are eating and what food that you are giving to your family. So that's the blessing of like having your own homestead, or so it's fun. And if you have your own garden, it's friends, it will encourage you to do more. Like instead of getting lazy, you have to wake up because you know that your time is very limited. You're not really that free. So you somehow avoid doing those unproductive work. Let me give you example, like watching movies, like browsing YouTube, browsing Facebook, and you stay there for like 2 3 hours doing nothing. Imagine that. You're doing nothing, browsing on Facebook, looking for something to gossip. Okay, and then yeah, It's very unproductive and it's not healthy as well, right? Just go to social media accounts, like finding something to gossip on, browsing the whole 3 4 hours, and then after that you're exhausted, your brain is very preoccupied for nothing, a lot of mixed thoughts in your brain, and then you got headache and easily tired. But instead, if you turn that idleness, like spending 3 4 hours in useless stuffs in social media, if you spend that one instead of doing exercise, you do jogging or walking outside, so it's a healthy habit. Or like you find some old containers in your kitchen, and then you buy this organic soil, and then you start planting a vegetable. So your idleness, you turn that one, that hours of idleness, you turn that one into a productive hour, right? Because gardening is not just gardening that you have something to harvest on during the time of harvest, but it's also a good exercise. Like me, look at me right now, I'm sweating, I'm soaking in my sweat, but it's a good thing because I do exercise. At the same time, I have a garden. I have a garden to take care of. I'm sweating. I do exercise. My mind is healthy because why it's healthy? Because you do a lot of planning, thinking in the garden. You're not just planting here with your friends. You're also like planning, strategizing, and also thinking how to manage your time because this is not just my work. I'm also a teacher. So with that, I have to plan, I have to manage my time, I have to think ahead what to do in my garden, when to schedule for my reading, for my preparing of my teaching lessons. So these are the things that you have to consider with. And with that, your brain is working. And when your brain is working, you are exercising your short term and your long term memory to function well because you had a lot of things to remember. And at the same time, you're sweating, you're exercising, so your body is regulating. And with that, you have this healthy mind, healthy body. At the same time, you have this healthy environment. And yeah, the progress alone that you can see after weeding, after fertilizing, after taking care of your plants, even just before the time of the harvest, once you see the result of your hard work, that is like a priceless reward to any gardener, any serious farmers out there. So it's a priceless reward in which it cannot be bought by money, but the feeling of being satisfied, being contented, like that happiness that you have within because you see the good outcome of your hard work, then that's something that is really, really worth to have. And you can experience that one with your friends if you try this. But others would say, it's not my line of interest. I don't like gardening. It's a waste of time. Well, I respect your opinion, but I grew up in a farm when I was a kid. And yeah, my father, my mother, my late father have taught me to really love nature and do farming, gardening. I know a lot of things in the garden, how to harvest, how to plant coconut trees, everything, corn, vegetables. fruits. And with that, I really love gardening, but when I reached high school, especially to college, I lost every interest of this stuff because I was too focused to maintain my academic scholarship in the college. And then after that, I proceeded to work according to my profession for 2 years. And then later on, I flew to Thailand back in April 12, 2011. And then when I worked in the university, after 1 year of working in the university, because the university is like majoring agriculture, though there were two faculties there, Faculty of Technology and Faculty of Social Technology and Agriculture. Now I think there's another one, Faculty of Engineering. But all in all, that university is majoring agriculture. And there's this quiet space, vacant space in the university where I was ignited to do gardening again. And then the following year, I invited my mom to come over because I don't have siblings. I'm the only child of the family. So with that, my mom came to Thailand and she was the first to do gardening in uh, in the university campus. And so my interest was ignited, and that was 2013, no, 2012. And by 2013 onwards, now it's 2023. So that's 10 years. From then on, from 2013 onwards until now, my interest in gardening sparks in my head again, and I cannot live without this from now on. I cannot live without this from now on. So that's my story. So that means, like any interest of any fields or direction can just spark anywhere, anytime, as long as you pay attention to the details. But it doesn't happen like in a magic way, but it should be somehow in like there will be situation that will come into your life that later on you begin to realize, oh, I should do this one better, something like that. And look at the amount of weeds, unwanted grasses that we remove from these 10 like average pots where we are planting onion chives. I want you to look at here. See that weeds? That unwanted grass is there, it's your friends. Oh, I think it's visible here. Okay, I'll show you again. See this? If we wait another day, if we wait another day or two before removing this, maybe tomorrow or next week, I'm pretty sure the size of this, each of these weeds, each of this unwanted vegetation here will double or triple the size. So we will have instead like this. And that size of unwanted vegetation can suck out like 50 to 60% of the nutrients that's inside into this pot. And look what happened to your plants. So they will be thin, not productive, they cannot thrive. to their maximum capacity, because the nutrients are supposed to go to these onion chives will go instead to these unwanted vegetation that grows together with them. So that's why there is a need of really removing or weeding your vegetable plants that you planted in pots regularly. It should be a regular schedule. Why? Because to avoid that worst scenario where you're just wasting your time and you're not allowing your plants to thrive. Instead, you allow the grass and unwanted vegetation to be the competitor of your plants. So that is the thing. That's why there's a need of a regular weeding, regular removing of the grasses right into the pots where you are planting vegetables. So that is all for this morning, YouTube friends. I'll be back and thank you for tuning in. Hope that you will continue watching our videos and support our channel and share this information to your friends. And let's grow this community into a bigger one. Bye bye. Have a nice day.